I studied in Turin years ago, and now I'm back to see if it's actually an underrated city for digital nomads. All right, so this is my accommodation in Turin. I booked it through Airbnb, but apparently it's also a company called Wonderful Italy. They have many listings around Turin and I guess around Italy, but man, this place is nice. Full kitchen, nice bathroom with a laundry. Okay, so this is an open space and the bedroom is over there. And this is my balcony. So Turin, or Torino in Italian, it's a medium-sized city. And if we divide by neighborhood, we have Centro or downtown, and then higher we have Aurora and Pangia, and south we have San Salvario, San Paolo, and further Lingotto. Now I'm staying in the San Salvario area because it's so quiet over here, and I love the grid with all these buildings. Actually, this area is very trendy because there's a lot of cool shops around. A lot of people walk in. It's like, it feels so nice to be in San Salvario. And there's a daily market in San Salvario in the Plaza de Madama Cristina. There's a lot of things, fruits, clothes, everything you want every single day, and usually really fresh. And of course, if you're in Italy, you need to get a cafe or espresso, and there's so many coffee shops. So now I'm just gonna go to one that is just a great place to get a coffee and probably a pasta. That's it. They have really good espressos, cafe lungo, cappuccino, whatever you want. Usually, when I come to Italy, the first thing that I get is just one cafe, just a normal espresso. And another thing that I like about this place is people just come for their coffee, a little bit of sweet, and they talk and they leave. It's a very Italian thing to do. That's it. And I have a local friend here that we haven't seen in 3 years. Virginia, she runs her own jewelry store in San Salvario, so it's gonna be fun to pay her a visit. Ciao!
Ciao! So this is our jewelry workshop, which is also our studio and shop. 2 different brands, and we decided to combine them together in this small but very precious place. We mainly work with silver and gold, and Chiara is also using a lot of stones as she's a stone setter.
And basically it's handmade, most of them. No?
Yeah, all of them.
Like everything is handmade.
Yeah, very important to say actually. Yeah.
So if you want to get jewelry in San Salvario and Turin, yeah, you should go with these guys.
Come find us.
Dai, grazie. Allora. You're Italian and you put sugar on your...
Espresso is too much for me. This is very special from this place. They're grissini alle gocce di cioccolato. They're sweeter than I thought they would be.
One thing that I love about Turin is that there are dogs everywhere. Hey! Yeah, why are you living in Turin?
It seemed like a very strict town, but in the end, it's very vibrant. A lot of people that just moved in Turin because they had friends living here and they came visit and they fell in love with it. Yes.
Bye. And this is the Valentino Castle, and the main reason that I know Torino and I wanted to share it to you is because I did my studies here, Politecnico, Facoltà di Architettura, and my campus was this one. It's 1 year in this beautiful place. And it was my first time outside of Mexico, so it was such a great experience to learn a new language, made friends from all over the world. Truly changed my way of thinking being in this place. And that's why I wanted to share to you why Torino is a good place to be. And even though we had the castle, the classes were actually on the right side, like all these buildings. There's a library. There's some students enjoying this place, as I used to do 15 years ago. And the Valentino Castle is in the Valentino Park. It's this massive area along the river called Fiume Po. It's supposedly one of the longest in Europe. There's people doing canoe. It's like a club over here. And look, this park is so big. Like, there's a lot of people just chilling, hanging out. This is why San Salvario is the best place, because you're next to this park. Grazie. And to finish the day, I got a mulled wine that is like an Italian vin brûlé. It's really good, especially in winter. But the last thing that I want to say about coming back after 15 years is that I never thought that I was going to be a YouTuber. You know, back then I was really into architecture. I guess, cheers for the journey. It's been an interesting time. I want to keep doing YouTube for as long as possible. All right, I found a community called Torino Gathering, and they're doing every Friday a co-working day. In this place called Casa, in the rooftop, I'm gonna meet everyone else and do some co-working together. It's nice to see that Torino also has these things, you know? Un café, per favore. That's it. funny that you're bringing a Mac Mini. Like, that looks good. Nice. Yeah.
I can use it on trains because they have electricity.
That's an interesting setup. All right, now with this group, we're gonna have lunch just outside, and it's cool. Like, already started to make some new friends. Like, you got all these Italian things that you can eat in this place. So this is the orecchiette. Yeah, it's so small. And today, actually, the weather's really good. So some of us, I'm actually working on the outside area of this space, and man, it's nice. Well, are you getting aperitivo? And yeah, to finish the co-working day, we're having aperitivo, and it's kind of a big deal here because it was created in Turin when the vermouth drink was created back in the 18th century. And the aperitivo culture is pretty cool. Like, after you finish work, you get some drink, you get a bite, you talk to people, and you just like relax before dinner. And also, if you're new here, it's a good way to meet other people. So I'm gonna go back there and chat with everyone that I just met. Chichi, come on. Hey. Now, of course, one of the best things of Italy is the pizza, and there's so many places in Torino, so I just came to this one called Pizzium, and I'm gonna try, like, have a limited edition called the Tricolore pizza. Like, why not? There's so many, you can spend like a whole month just eating pizza. Grazie. They also gave me olio picante, which is just like a spicy sauce, but this is so good, man. A good pizza should be like this, you know, like you grab it and it's so thin. The spice is a little bit strong, but man, the cheese. I always miss Italy. When I'm leaving, I miss this pizza. And why not? I ordered like a pizza made of Nutella as a dessert. It's called baciata alla Nutella. But an interesting fact about Torino is that Nutella comes from here, from this city. We'll talk about that because I'm planning to go to the Chocolate Museum later. I know it's too much bread, but it's good. So yeah, that was a really good pizza, and of course there's so many options of pizza places over here. I found that one because I like the name. It's also in the top 50 pizza places in Italy. And I'm just walking back to my Airbnb to take a rest, but it's so nice to walk at night in this San Salvario area. Cool stuff. I'm excited to show you more of Turin. All right, one of the things that I like about this city is that it's so nice to go on bikes because there are actually lanes for biking. I mean, you can rent or buy your own bike, but there's also the services like Lime, electric bikes that can take you anywhere. So and I just like that it's so easy to park it anywhere you want. And of course, after many years, Turin has changed, but sometimes changes are for good. For example, now there's a specialty coffee. Wow. And they really know how to make coffee. The owner, Chiara, she told me about coffee roasting in Torino. Like they even roast coffees in Torino. This is amazing. Virginia arrived. And here cacao is served in a very different way. Chiara first brings the cacao powder to smell, then serves the drinks in a fine glass, creating a completely different experience.
Wow, the smell is amazing.
This is chocolate tea at the end, no? So they gave you to taste as well.
I was afraid that it was gonna be too sour, but it's not.
It's like one day I'll open a coffee shop and I'll sell cacao.
From Tabasco.
Grazie.
Ciao.
Grazie.
Ciao.
Grazie mille.
Ciao.
Ciao.
And honestly, I think Turin is such an underrated city. Like everybody talks about Milan or Rome, but this city has so much more to give. And it's so beautiful. I mean, look at this plaza. And when I arrived the first time, it always felt like a home base. So I wanted to come back to see if that one still holds true. Oh no, dai. Sì, la normale, ma. Grazie. And this city has so much impact in the world that you might not know. For example, Rome, there is a great gelateria. It actually started here in Turin. And man, this gelato is so good. Now, if you want to buy clothes, there's this famous street called Via Roma. It has these elegant facades, so many stores from the famous ones like Zara, H&M, but also some Italian stores. And because it's winter right now, my favorite time to be in Turin, it's a little bit cozy, and I'm trying to get a trench coat. That's what I was used to have when I was here before. It's like a very Italian Turin thing to do. This place has so many interesting trench coats. Let's go check it out. La taglia è perfetta, eh? And as I was buying the trench coat, the owner let me see the upper place of this space. This is not usually my style, but it looks cool, man. So yeah, that was a nice experience. He showed me the whole space and ended up buying the trench coat. Like, this is what I wanted to show you, that the Italian designs and clothing, they're really good. And now I'm gonna be more Torinese trying this trench coat for the next day. One thing that I like about Turin is their tram system. It connects most neighborhoods, and honestly, you can move around the city without a car. And now we're gonna go to Centro taking a tram so I can show you one of the coolest areas of the city. And by the way, to get tickets is really easy right now. You can just get the Italian app and have a daily pass.
Mamma mia, quanto flessibile lui! Yo!
So first we're here in the Piazza Castello. It's the main square where all of the cool activities are happening. Behind me is Palazzo Madama, and the only thing is that it's in remodelation, and as most places it will take a long time to be finished. This one over here, that even though it's broken, I think it's what makes it interesting. So inside Palazzo Madama, there's so many cool things to check, like from Gothic, Renaissance, like church, religion things. Like, to be honest, there's so many cool things. And in the second floor, you can see the interior design of those days in this castle. There's also a little garden to see how it was in those times. The other iconic building beside the Palazzo Carignano is the Palazzo Reale, it's the Royal Palace, and inside is beautiful. Look at these beautiful shields. Hopefully my Nomad friends and I one day will have a dinner meetup like this in this place. It's so beautiful. And you can see La Mole over there. And behind the Royal Palace, there's this public garden. A lot of people come here to chill. This is the cool thing about Torino. Like, at the big city, and they have this big park. It makes you feel that you're outside of Torino, even though it's still downtown. So this is a beautiful building called Palazzo Carignano. I don't know exactly what's inside, but the square is really nice. And behind that building, in the corner, there's a restaurant called Farmacia del Cambio that they heard has the best desserts in Turin. So let's go check them out. All right, so I ordered the Gianduiotto cafe that they said that you need to pair it with a coffee or cafe espresso. And this one, it's a chocolate made out of Turin, the Gianduiotto. We'll talk about that later, but the presentation is amazing. Wow, it's a really good dessert. Gianduiotto is one of the best chocolates. And I ordered the cube croissant because like, everybody keep raving about it. And yeah, it's an interesting croissant. And the name comes because it used to be a pharmacy, Farmacia del Cambio. And you can see it, like, it's such a beautiful place. The only thing that you can notice is that it's always crowded. I came here earlier, like one of the first ones. You can see already there's a lot of people around. But good place. So yeah, just walking around downtown, there's so many beautiful buildings around. Like this one behind, this is the National Library. I went inside. It's a cool, beautiful spot. You can rent books. You can also do a little bit of co-working over there. Then if you want to do something different in Turin, there's an Egyptian museum that has the second largest collection of Egyptian artifacts. So if you're in Turin, why not? And almost at the end of the Quadrilatero, there's this place called Café del Bicerin that I'm gonna try Bicerin. It's a famous drink here in Turin, but I'm meeting a friend that I met recently.
So the first time I started modeling was literally right there.
On that wall over
right there.
Look at that. You're the model, so you're famous. So Bicerin is like one of the classic drinks here from Turin. So it's a mix of whipped cream, chocolate, and coffee.
Cheers, bro.
Cheers, man. Chin chin. You know, like when I was here, I don't remember having this Bicerin. So I'm like, did I drink it or not? Like, you never heard about it before? Ooh, I like it.
Is it good?
I can feel more chocolate than the coffee. Yeah, it's like his last Bicerin was like, what, how long ago?
8 years ago.
I mean, you gotta try at least once. And before the crowds, because yeah, there's more and more people coming into this place. But not bad.
Absolutely.
Nice to see you.
Absolutely.
I'll see you around Turin still.
Absolutely.
And yeah, this is Piazza Vittorio Veneto, my favorite square in the whole city. And I think right now is the biggest one in Europe. There's always things happening here, especially in summer. Look at the squares, they're so beautiful. And if not, there's like aperitivos all around, restaurants. I'm actually gonna go eat and try some Turin cuisine. First, I got a tuna bill, which is a mix of meat and tuna. It's an interesting antipasti or starter, a good way to start your meal in Turin. To be honest, it tastes like the tuna that I was eating when I was a student. but not in a bad way. And this is the main course, the agnolotti, handmade stuffed fresh pasta. There's stuffed meat, sometimes vegetables, but let's see. I forgot that you can put some cheese on top. I think with or without, it's just good. I'm also kind of these guys that finish things with the bread. And I like that in Italy, they ask you if you want to get a coffee at the end. Yeah, Porta Savona, good place. Like it's a bit more expensive because you're like in the touristic area of Piazza Veneto. And at the other side of the river, there's the Gran Madre di Dio, which is a really nice church that I think right now is in construction. That's why you can see the Jeep at. And if you want proof that I was here 15 years ago, I have this picture of it here, and I took it just in front of this church. So I'm gonna try to replicate it right now. We have the same sunset and color. So I took the picture standing here, but this horrible thing hiding the church. And there's still a little bit of sun. So I'll show you the picture in 1, 2. But it was interesting because I was like setting the tripod and taking the pictures. There was this Italian girl who was like asking me, what are you doing? And she ended up helping. So, grazie mille, grazie. Va bene. And while we were here, actually just go check inside of this church because I heard the Duomo is really beautiful. And if you're wondering what I'm using for mobile data in Italy, I got an eSIM from Pangia Pass. I only pay once a month. I get unlimited data. It's really cool to use here in Europe and anywhere around. So I'm gonna explore in Turin. Totally recommend it. Today I'm checking the biggest flea market around the city. It opens every Saturday and also the first Sunday of every month.
Ciao.
Ciao.
Com'è?
It's a must do in Turin because you meet like all people you know in Turin. It would be at the Balon every Sunday, like drinking coffee and strolling around the streets of the market. So,
I like it.
Super recommended.
So much to explore in this Balon. We just ended up like in a small mall with this beautiful thing in the middle. So this is like an African restaurant here in the market. Then we try a little bit of everything to share. And we also have like a view of the Balon. It's a good spot. We find a really good spot. Perfecto. See, you know?
Bellissimo.
Look at all this. And to finish the balloon experience, there's this gelato called Gelateria Popolare, and they were telling me it's one of the best ones to try. I just got the gianduiotto from the balloon area and a cream that they make here. Really good stuff. Okay, another specialty coffee that I found is very close to La Mole Antonelliana, and it's called Dapper Cafe. Got a filter from Colombia. Oh, you can feel more like the acidity of the coffee. And they also said the process, it's a good coffee. They also have this sticker saying that you can work here, but I like that they say that you should like consume here and there. And the coffee that I got is really close to La Mole Antonelliana, one of my favorite buildings of Turin. And today we're gonna go check it out. I booked a ticket to go inside because there's a cinema museum, plus I can go all the way to the top. It's so nice to be in the top of La Mole because you have a whole panoramic view of the city, and I recognize so many of the places, you know? Another cool thing about this city is that it has these grids, so it's very easy to move around anywhere. So if you're a cinema fan, this museum inside the mall is pretty cool. There's a lot of things going on. They'll tell you the history about movie making, cinema. This is one of the first video makers. Well, a lot of the films everybody knows, Italian films, and there's this corridor. There's like so many posters of so many movies over here. La Vita Bella, what a great movie. Here in Italy, they like to translate their titles. So this is Star Wars. And The Godfather, I mean, it's Italian, so it makes sense. Il Padrino. I really love the cinema museum in La Mole. And of course, inside of the place is just beautiful. Alright, today I'm checking a co-working space called Toolbox. It's a little bit outside of downtown, but still it's like this massive building. So I heard it's one of the best, or maybe the only one with a big building. Let's go check it out. And yeah, just at the entrance, there's this open space. It's actually really nice. And there's some places to make some calls. They told me you can only have like half an hour. And there's like a private co-working area, which I'm gonna go now to do some work. There's a lot of tables and many chairs that you can take. I like the one with the tree. It's so cool. Oh, this is so nice. There's a hammock in this co-working. This is like my nap place. That's one of the things that I love about Italy. You can find good espressos anywhere. Well, I didn't know this place was open since 2010. That's when I arrived. If I wouldn't know about it before. There's also some offices from my university in Torino. This is so nice. Apparently you can also fill up your water here. That's very interesting. Okay, grazie.
Buon appetito!
Really good stuff. Like, this is the good thing of having Italian food nearby, man. Ooh, so nice. And they give you a marrow to finish your meal. Man. All right, so I'm done working for the day, but luckily there's like a whole sprit parade event happening today. They're gonna give us sprits to try. But anyways, I'm getting my last vermouth sip. I just want to say it's a pretty cool co-working space, and it's been more than 15 years, like longer than the last time that I was here, which is insane. And just a little bit further, it takes like around 20-25 minutes to get from San Salvario, but still, pretty good place. I'll definitely come back whenever I have the chance. All right, tonight we are having an event by the Torino Gathering. Like every 2 weeks, they're doing a meetup to meet other expats, digital nomads. And it's gonna be in the Piazza Baldo Fusi. It's like this open space that has a bar in the middle. Let me show you, it's gonna be a great night. Hi, grazie. Chin chin. It's actually really cool to have these events because when you're new, you don't know anybody. Like, man, you are the organizer of this. What is Torino Gathering?
Well, basically it's a mingle night where people come from many countries around the world. It's basically a time to meet all the people in town.
I like that you're doing this because I think there should be more like connection of people from all over the world, especially in Turin. You don't get that much, you know? It's pretty cool.
Thanks, Ciro.
Okay, this was a little bit unexpected, but Torino Gathering has WhatsApp group for several things, and one of them is paddle. So I saw that they're playing paddle today. Yeah, let me show you a little bit of the paddle scene here in Turin. Good one, boys.
Up there, dude.
Oh shit, we play for 1 hour and a half. I miss paddle, man. All right, so my friend Virgie invited me with her friends to go to a town very close to here. It's called Avigliana, and we're gonna take a train. This is Porta, Nomad, the station that I arrived, and also the one that you take to go anywhere. Hey, Cicci.
We're gonna go to Laghi di Avigliana, which are the lakes of Avigliana. The weather is perfect. We're gonna go there, have a little picnic or lunch, and just enjoy the day.
Yeah, see. First time you're in this castle as well.
Yes, it's the first time for me too. Nice that we came together.
Yes, such a nice walk.
Panino con la frittata.
Ui, ui. This is a nice thing about the Italian towns in Italy, especially in the north. You can just go and find so many beautiful ones, like these ones with the dogs and the mountains. Nice. Okay, let's go back to Torino. Found another coffee shop called Artifact. People were recommending me to visit this one, and Like the guy knows a lot about coffee. Like he has also his own coffee options. He gave me like a random one out of a fridge, and I got this one. It's a Burundi coffee, and it's very fruity. Wow. So there's this book in the corner that's very interesting. It's like supposed to be Torino for Creatives Guide. It's something that I want to do, you know, like for every city that I go, like maybe print it, also just online, but such a good idea, you know? All right, so behind me, this is the Porta Palatina, a Roman age city gate. It's just nice. It's very different than anything that you can see in Turin. And there's also like a nice park next to the Porta Palatina just to relax. But today we're gonna go to a market just behind it. I'm gonna meet a local friend that she runs her own travel blog, and we're gonna explore many of the Turinese cuisine. Okay, Paola, ciao.
Ciao! This is the biggest market in Europe, so it's something that you definitely have to see when you're in Turin.
Well, it's a big square divided in 4 parts.
Exactly. Here there is a Tettoia dell'Orologio where there is chocolate, coffee. If you cross the street, there are all about vegetables, fruit, and then inside there are meat and fish.
So we're exploring the market inside the clock building. Started with some of the traditional sweets from Turin, like the Cri-Cri, a classic chocolate treat from the region. That's very interesting. Didn't know.
That's delicious.
Yes. And here I'm trying Cunesi, a chocolate filled with a soft rum cream inside.
Oh, there's a lot of rum.
Oh.
I told you so.
Then we have the salsiccia di bra, a typical sausage from this region made with lean beef and pork fat, and very common to eat here in Piedmont.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, I like it. In this market, you can find a lot of traditional Piedmontese dishes, like a tuna dip, green sauce, a hot garlic dish, and fresh stuffed pasta. And also antipasto Piedmontese, a classical homemade dish that's really loved by locals.
I piemontesi lo fanno e li garantisco veramente buono.
E questo è il migliore di qui?
Sì, guardi, le faccio pubblicità.
Infatti io la ringrazio.
Yeah, she was a very nice local person, giving us some suggestions of the food here in the market. That was nice. Now we're heading to the central market, a more modern space with an upscale design and plenty of options to try different local flavors. The marketing is to give you some food when you're walking by.
It's totally welcome.
It's so soft.
Buongiorno signora, ci ritroviamo.
È una cosa indescrivibile,
sì.
Però Torino si mangia benissimo e sono 55 anni che sono a Torino, io amo Torino probabilmente della mia regione.
She's telling us that Turin is the best place, and I agree.
People keep ice here before the fridge was invented.
And you can see it there.
Yes,
Okay.
not ice, but you can see the place, the ghiacciaio.
Okay.
Ta-da! That's amazing. You can go inside, and it's pretty fun because if you talk, you can listen an echo here.
Echo, yeah. Hello.
Hello.
Ciao.
Inside the Galleria Umberto I, you can find some very nice restaurant.
Yeah, there's one in Milan, right?
Yes, Milan is bigger, but is a similar architecture.
But I love like the design of the whole hall. Right next door, there's a vermouth shop where they explain more about the drink.
Vermouth was born here in Torino as a way to not throw away some wines that were gone bad. So they took bad wines and they put spices in it to try to keep it a little bit fresh.
One of my favorite drinks is Negroni.
Yep.
Because it's got Campari.
Campari, vermouth, and gin.
Had all the time when I was doing my Erasmus here in Torino. And we even got to try a few of their vermouths. Really good stuff. Thank you, grazie mille, Paola.
Thank you, you're welcome.
And yeah, I'll put her information if you want to check her blog, her travel blog.
And thank you, Sergio, for
Yes,
this
yes, I'll give you a
people.
hug.
It was
That was
amazing
nice. That was
to
nice.
meet you.
Nice to meet
Bye.
you. If you like soccer, football, or culture, the way they say in Italy, you will know that the Juventus team is in Torino and they have this stadium and they have a museum. So we're going to explore that first. Then we're going to go to a game in a few days. Del Piero, Zidane, Gianluigi Buffon, the best goalkeeper ever. I'm always fascinated on the evolution of logos. This was the first one. And then always went with the bianco nero, like the white and black stripes. And then they went to the most minimal logo ever. When they opened the new stadium, look at this. It was interesting because when I left Turin, they opened the new stadium and they won 9 years in a row all the champions. I never got to see them win like that. And I still have this video of me going to the Juventus game, like a long time ago. And today I'm going back to the stadium to watch a game. This time it's gonna be Juventus versus Como. And I got this scarf because I went to a meetup in Milan from YouTube. It's like 2 hours away by train to get to Milan. Kind of looks like Juve. Yeah, let's go to the stadium. I like that there's a lot of souvenirs and shops outside the stadium because I know inside it's a bit more expensive. All right, made it through the security and now let's go see the game. Hey.
Forza Juve!
Yeah, Porta Juve. Ciao, anch'io posso una film.
Ok.
Benissimo, grazie. Ciao. Grazie. Grazie. So Como scored one goal at the minute 5 and man, the Italians are so angry right now. It's also nice that you can get coffee. This is very Italian. All right, the second half is gonna start now. Hopefully they win. Well, the game is over. They lost 2-0. It's a shame because it's not the same attitude, but it still was nice to see a game. So if you're in Torino, you should definitely come to the Allianz Stadium to see at least one game when they play better, not today. Today I want to show you a day in the life here in Turin as a digital nomad. So a little bit of working, getting to explore a little bit of the city and then hanging out at night. And it's a very European thing to leave your things hanging over here. By the way, it's very common to drink water from the tap here in Italy. So let's fill it. Yeah, we got some water just in case. These are the keys of the house. Of course, in Europe, there's always a lot. All right, first I'm going to my favorite coffee shop that is very close to my apartment. It's called Orso Cafe. Look, in this place they have really good cafés, espresso, San Salvario, but also so many filters. They got from Mexico, Indonesia, Kenya. They also have really good pastries. So yeah, Orso Cafe is a really good place to do some light work, but because it's a coffee shop, I don't want to stay that long, you know? So now I'm gonna go to a co-working space. I'm gonna meet with my friend Birgi. All right, got most of the work done today. And very close to my apartment, there's a restaurant supposed to have one of the best sandwiches in Turin. It's called Mollica. All right, it's very interesting because it has so many ingredients, but they also have like a menu of 6 or 7 options that are already chosen for you. So I just went for the classic one they call Il Pastore. The only thing that I had to choose was the bread. And the Piemontese bread over here, wow, makes it really good. And I also ordered their secret Coke, it's cola and some herbs. I love there's a market very close to my place, so I'm just getting some fruits whenever I can. All right, after a long day of work, now I'm gonna go to the Valentino Park, my favorite place to be, just to chill down a little bit. And of course, whenever I pass by Castello Valentino, I just say hi to my alma mater. Such a beautiful place. Grazie. And because it's hot outside, I just got a hot chocolate, and this is perfect for the Valentino Park. Oh man. Actually, I think I left it here. All right, let's go. So tonight I'm meeting with the friends in Virginia. We're gonna go out the Italian way. It's like first going to an aperitivo place, just get some drinks, get some chats.
Wow, è questo?
La mia camera.
Wow.
Okay, so what are you getting? What's the...
I think I'm gonna get a pastis.
And what is a pastis?
Oui.
Because I never tried that.
It's anise liqueur. It's mainly for aperitivo, so
Yes.
like very light. It's not too strong.
I mean, I will get the Aperol, but everybody's having Campari. So
Yeah, let's.
that is so good. Like, this is what I like about aperitivos. You just get some cute, sweet drinks. Chin chin. What is this?
It's aperitivo.
Non possiamo sposarci in Italia. Io vorrei che la gente pensi che io e Ida siamo una coppia.
Of course, I needed to get a pizza, and there's so many pizza places in San Salvario, but I found the best one so far. It's called Wow. It's a Napolitanian pizzeria. I got a frittata, like an antipasti. So this is the pizza that I'm getting here in Wow. It's a gianduia. It's a spicy one. But this is why I like to come to this place all the time, because they have really good spicy pizzas, and as the name says, wow. And at night, in front of Vittorio Veneto, there's a cool area with so many bars called Murazzi's. I used to come here a lot when I was a student, of course. A lot of people were falling in the river. That's another story. My local friends, they invited me to like a DJ event called Crocante. Hey! So Torino also has a metro system that only has a few lines, but this one can take you a little bit like to Lingotto or some areas that they're harder to get. I like that there's a dog there. It's so cool. So I just came to check out a mall called Green P that has a co-working area. It's supposed to be the bar Balon. And I ordered an avocado toast with salmon, which is a very Italian style. Like, look at the bread, so thin. And of course, always getting a cafe to keep working. But yeah, that was a nice co-working experience, especially if you like being in a mall, because it's actually a pretty cool one. And next door, there's an Italy, so if you want to get like fancy Italian food, you can get it here. Or also close by, there's a museum of cars, which I want to show you. So let's go explore. A lot of people don't know, but Turin is one of the pioneers of the automobile industry. Like Fiat was created here. It means Fabbrica Italiana Automobili di Torino. Here's also a very famous museum that we're gonna go check and explore all about cars. This is such a beautiful Ferrari. Wow. So the museum takes you to the history of car production with real-life models from the very first cars to prototypes, engines, and more. And there's an area where you can see all of the Formula 1 cars. But anyway, I'm not a car aficionado, but I still appreciate design. So it takes around 1 hour or so to explore the whole space, but it's really cool. Like, it really feels like you're gonna fall. And tonight I'm gonna meet a local friend that I haven't seen in 15 years. He actually has now a sushi place. So I'm gonna get a dinner and try to catch up with him.
Ciao!
Come va?
Come stai?
Va bene. Tantissimo tempo, no?
Tantissimo. Cosa dici?
Tanto tempo. 15 anni. And he gave me a wine. I'm excited to try sushi. Ora proviamo cin cin.
È la nostra specialità, una delle più amate. Gambero rosso.
This one is teriyaki sushi, and this one it's red shrimp. Look at this. Damn. Let's try the appetizers that he gave me. Well, wow. And it's nice to know that Turin has other kind of foods. I mean, not only Italian. Now it's getting more and more international places, like even Mexican, ramen, Japanese, whatever you find. Like, this is what I like. This city is growing a lot, you know. I'm really happy that you have a sushi place now. And yeah, if anybody wants to come, San Sushi.
San Sushi.
Senza
pensieri.
There. Thank you. Grazie mille. All right, so one thing that might surprise you about Turin is that most of the chocolate that we know, it actually comes from here, and just a whole history about it. There's a museum called Choco Story, and we're gonna go a little bit just to explore. It's actually from my hometown in Tabasco. And this is how chocolate started.
There's a bit of history about cacao from its origins in the Mayan culture to its arrival in Europe, along with some interesting production insights.
But what makes Torino outstanding is the creation of gianduja, which is a mix of cacao, sugar, and hazelnut, because in the Piemontes area, they have a lot of hazelnut. So they created the gianduja, it became famous because they even created like a character. And after the success of gianduja, Torino became a great place for chocolate. And now these are the most famous things from Torino.
There's also an exhibition of chocolate sculptures, some sample tastings, the benefit of cacao, and even a fun selfie area.
And talking about chocolate, every year Torino has an event called Cioccolato, and the whole chocolate industry comes here. You see, there's a lot of things happening in the whole city, but the main one is here in Piazza Vittorio Veneto. So you can try, test, and get to know more into the chocolate thing. Like actually, when I was here 50 years ago, the same. I remember very well that it was one of the best things that I did in Torino. So, Virginia, when was the last time you checked this chocolate event?
I think it was back in 2010. Same year as you came.
Like a long time ago, like just like me.
We didn't even know each other back then.
That's
It was crazy that we
yeah.
were together in the same thing.
And we just found this spot. Look.
Turin
gianduja, look at it.
Grazie. Questo è
Sì, un po', per favore.
pistacchio?
Classico.
Fondente.
Grazie.
2, 1, vai! Grazie mille, sì.
In inglese, sì. Grazie mille, grazie. Thank you. Like my name is very Italian.
Very Italian.
It's
It's actually the first thing I said. I think I said to you when we first met.
Like,
are you sure you're not Italian?
So we're trying finally the strawberry.
Strawberry, bananas.
So just take it like this.
Yeah.
I'll try with the chocolate. Okay.
You can also join chocolate workshops where there's a short lecture about cacao followed by a tasting and sample of creations made by top chefs.
It's honestly a really good pan de chocolate. Wow. Yeah, tonight is gonna be a whole carnival event here, like the ending of the Cioccolato. But because I met the tourism of Torino, they invited me to this palace, the Barolo Palace. So I'm just exploring inside a little bit and getting to get some pictures. This is the main room, as you can see. Man, this is so beautiful. This is also so beautiful. But man, look at these ceilings. It's so beautiful. And yeah, here's more information about the chocolate. So let me show you what's gonna happen tonight with the carnival.
Sera. The palace is great. The concert was really sweet.
And the chocolate was the best. All right, so for one of my last activities, I'm taking a historic tram. This one goes around 20 minutes around the town, explaining us a little bit of this history of the trams. Let's go check it out.
They explain a little bit of the history of trams in Turin and the unique initiative to restore many of the antique ones. And since this one is quite distinctive, there were a lot of people on the streets taking photos as we passed by. Even though it was a short tour and only in Italian, it was still very interesting. And speaking of trams, today I wanted to take the famous one that goes up to Superga.
But it's closed. I think they're doing some reparations, so I'm not gonna be able to show that.
Luckily, there's a regular bus that can take you all the way to the top of the hill.
So yeah, this is Basilica di Superga. It's in the top of the hill, like a little bit outside from Turin. That's why it takes around an hour of transportation. This place is beautiful, like how they used to make churches back then, man. Okay, so I'm going to the dome. It's 136 steps to go up to get a view of Torino. Even today, it's very foggy, but still. And behind the church, there's this monument for the Torino FC, because in 1949, there was a plane accident very close to the church and the players passed away. A little bit of a in memoriam for these people. Very interesting. And close to downtown, there's a museum called Museo della Sindone. They have supposedly the robe where Jesus was covered. So it's like a nice, interesting thing if you're religious to check, because they brought it here to Turin. That is, of course, according to the story, they found the body and their face of Jesus. Religious people come just to check this spot. Ciao. And I just came to Ora's Kebab, supposed to be one of the best kebabs in Turin.
I love the kebab meat as a mole. This is so cool.
This is what you should get after going out every night in Torino. I love kebab, man. I miss eating kebab. And I also got this Coke. This is actually first for me. I never had this. I guess just like normal cola, but based in Turin or Italy. So this time I ordered one with mozzarella. I didn't know you can actually add cheese on a kebab. And I also asked them to be very spicy. Okay, the owner also gave me white sauce to add on the kebab. And I like that they give you this tea to finish your kebab. Good place. Ora's Kebab, nice place. Apparently they did a TikTok from this place and he showed me the video. Te vai iscrivite?
Ah, sì, sì.
Prego, grazie. Ciao, ciao. Alright, today we're doing a day trip outside of Turin. It's a very special place. It's called Bardonecchia, and that's where I learned to ski. It takes around 1.5 hours to get to there. I rushed to get to the train station because it's very early morning. So we're almost arriving and you can see the snow. Like, damn, I'm excited. And it is cold over here. Okay, first there's this free bus that takes you straight to the slope. Okay, I also need to find a ski rental. Hi, grazie. And I use the website, like I think it's their official website, bardonecchiaski.com. So I'm renting a ski, because that's what I want to do. All right, I got the whole gear equipment. Just gonna get my pass. The views that we get from the Alps is so beautiful right here. I usually don't fall, but that was a good fall. I just ordered some food in one of the best restaurants around Turin. Of course, just looking at the Alps. And I had to have a beer, come on. And my food arrived. This is guancia di Nebolo. Supposed to be like made here in slow process. Wow. It's so soft. And just because I'm in a good mood, I'm gonna finish with a chocolate cake and of course coffee. It's freaking beautiful, wow. Let's go back to the Alright, for my last sunset here in Turin, I wanted to go to the Church Santa Maria. It's in the Cappuccini Hill. But apparently I'm not the only one with the idea. There's so many people right now. It's hard to find a spot to see the sunset. Piazza Vittorio Veneto, the Fiume Po. The sunset is really beautiful. But yeah, this is a good way to finish the Turin tour that I just did for almost a month in here. Like, if I ever decide to base myself in Italy, Turin will be in the top of the list for sure. All right, yeah, it's time to leave Turin. Hey, thank you for watching the video of Turin, Italy as a digital nomad. It was really a wish come true to make this city guide for you because I live there and I wanted to show you that it's not gonna be the next Lisbon or Bali. It's just an underrated place that you should definitely go check. Here's an estimate of the cost of living in Turin, Italy for 1 month, including, the Airbnb and some of the fun activities like the museum or going skiing. If you want my personal spots here in Turin, well, they're gonna be part of the City Compass guides. I'm gonna put the links in the description. And if you're interested in this kind of content, well, I have more than 40 city guides around the world, so make sure to subscribe. And if you wanna see another city guide, I'm gonna put it here, subscribe here. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video. Ciao.